Are you ready to supercharge your marketing? Well, my name is Monica Michelle with Monica Michelle Marketing. I am the solutionist marketer, and we assist tiny businesses with large missions, streamline marketing, set up some automations and some systems so that you can drive more leads. We want to get more leads in your pocket. We want to make more conversions. We want to set a stage where you can have more impact. What better way to do that is to come and partner with Monica Michelle Marketing. Now, it is Quick Win Wednesday. What does that mean? We're going over some marketing tools that are going to be very easy for you to implement and to start so that you can get some quick wins. And Canva has recently come out with some really new tools that are pretty sweet. And we want to be able to position you and help you get to a place where you can take advantage and use some of these things. And in doing so, you'll be able to supercharge your marketing. Now, the best thing to do to stay on top of what's going on and how that happens is to make sure you go ahead and subscribe to get all of the reminders and get all the updates. And you can do that by going to canva.thesolutionistm.com because we're here to help. We're here to support. We want to make sure you get all the reminders. We want to make sure you have access to the replays. We want to ensure that you have access to all the files and all the things, the workbook that's going to help keep moving you forward. Let's dive in so we can get this going right now. So let me share the screen. Give me just a few moments. They have some really neat things that they're starting to implement, and they're rolling these things out. And let me tell you, when I say they make life a little easier, they make life a little easier. So welcome to Canva. Now, I am using a Mac. And with the Mac, they have an app that you can download and use. They also have a web version, and that, of course, is canva.com. You can also download the app to your device and make some changes and alterations there. Of course, it's going to be a little different doing it on your device as opposed to doing it on your desktop. I use the app when I'm trying to do something quick and in a hurry, but for the most part, I use my desktop or my laptop whenever I'm, my computer, or if my computer is handling nearby. You can just maneuver and do way more things with it. So first things first, let's look at the pricing structure, because as you see, December 5th, they're going to be changing the pricing structure. So let's see what that means. Now, there's a free version of Canva. And if you are a nonprofit or a teacher, you can actually get access to that. See the links down below this video, and you'll have access to the links that's going to help you set up your nonprofit or sign up as a teacher so you can get free access to it. At the same token, there's a pro version and there's a teams version. So depending on how many people you have and what you have going on is going to determine which one of these things you want to use, because you can save a lot of money if you're in the right place. So the free version, of course, is free. You don't have access to everything. Right now, I have the Teams version. And with the team version, you'll be able to see some of the stuff that we're going to be able to do. But the Teams version, if you have a minimum of 3 people, if you do not have a minimum of 3 people, go to Pro. And we're going to talk about what does it mean if you have 3 or more people, like really a team. Do you really need it? Like, we're going to look at that as well. But if you don't have at least 3 people that are going to be working, then go to Pro. Would absolutely be my recommendation. You are saving way more time. It's way more headache to just have a pro version versus the free version. Now, the free version is awesome. You can do tons of things with it. You just won't have access to everything. So depending upon how much you're using it, you may want to use one over the other. Make sure you go to the link that's in the comments so you can check out all the details of what all is available to you. So that's number 1. Number 2, we're going to look at branding kit. When you're setting up your branding kit, this is such a lifesaver. On the left-hand side, you have the little menu bar, and this is going to be like your best friend. We're going to go back to it constantly. So make sure you are checking out the left-hand bar. We're going to click on brand. Whenever I'm working with a new brand, whenever I am working on something new or even my own things, then first things first, set up the brand board. I'm trying to tell you, it's going to save you so much time. Now, I don't really use brand kits. You can if you want to, but if you go to brand kits, then you'll be able to see the different brands that you work with. So inside of here, I am going to, let's click on this one. You can give access to your team. So anyone else that's going to be working on designs for MBS, they'll have access to what the guidelines and everything is. And so that's the benefit of having this set up, or one of the benefits of having this set up ahead of time. You can drop your logos in here, the different colors and shades and all that jazz. So they'll be saved in by hitting add new. Those assets they'll be able to quickly get to. You have a color palette. You can plug your colors in just by clicking the add new and putting in your colors down below. That's going to be coming very handy. If you have multiple color palettes for the same brand, just hit add new. It's going to do another line. Add your colors in there. Your fonts, if there's certain fonts you want to make sure you're using for your brand, this is the place that you're going to enter all that in. And so the fonts are going to help create the consistency that you need with your business. Keep going. I come back to brand voice, but let me go down some more. Icons. If there's certain icons or certain graphics or even certain images and pictures that go with the brand, then add them here. They're like a quick reference point that you can constantly go back to so you can pull those elements in. I work with one business and they use a lot of tires, type tires or tire tracks. So what we did is we put the graphic tire tracks in here. So I don't have to go looking all through my uploads trying to find out where those tire tracks are. Plus, I'm using the exact same ones every single time, as opposed to, oh, I didn't find the right one. I'm using something different. I can help with the brand consistency in doing so. Photos can be images of you or the team, or it could be photos of that is relevant to the business that you want to use on a regular basis. Now, the brand voice, this is the sweet part. Brand voice, you can type in and says, describe your brand's unique personality and how you communicate with your audience. Your voice is an important way to attract people to your brand, create connections, and build trust with them. For example, your voice is confident, casual, and friendly. Now, your brand voice, yes, it is confident, casual, and friendly, but it also is if you're like a teacher, or if you're an authoritarian, or if you are all about magic, like the archetype, right, of your business. So that information can go in there because you have 500 characters. We have another video that dives deeper into how to set up your brand voice, how to figure out what your brand voice is. Because you have a brand voice and you may or may not know how to describe it and put those words to it. So there's a really cool way that you can go about doing it. It doesn't take long at all. And make sure you tap back, check out some of the other videos on the YouTube channel so you can see how to describe your brand voice if you're unsure, you just don't know how to do it. At the same time, put in whatever your brand voice is. You can always go back and change it. So if you think your brand voice is confident, casual, and friendly, then put that in. Describe it to the best of your ability. And then, when you want to start sharpening things, you can go back and do that. The benefit of having your brand voice in, there's so many lovely things that you can do now with Canva. And when it comes to creating more, we want to create some AI things, which we're going to look at AI as well, that's happening inside of Canva. You'll be able to easily pull in your AI voice and make it work for you. Make it talk and sound a bit more like you. It's going to save you some time. Now, let's go ahead and back out of the brand voice. You can just click home on the left-hand side, because remember, the left-hand side is our best friend. I'm going to check in. Let's see. How is it going? Are we making sense so far? Are you keeping up with us? Did you pause the video so you can make sure you enter all your things? Or are you going to wait to the end and then come back? Now, if you want to make sure you get access to all the replays, make sure you join us over at canva.thesolutionistm.com. It's running down below. I want to make sure we get you exactly what you need so you can make this happen, okay? Let's pop back in. We're going to look at some templates. Now, if you're not a designer, if you just said, put some stuff together, but you'll be all right. Trust me, Canva has some designers that have pulled some things in for you that can make this a lot easier for you. So I would recommend starting with your templates. If you say, well, I don't know. Okay, let's go ahead and dive in and look at these templates. Let's say we want to design some social media posts. Excuse me. All right. So we clicked on just social media posts. We didn't click on a particular one. We clicked on just social media posts. It's showing us the popular ones here. It has them all up top. They kind of like those templates out and they have them up top for easy access. So which ones are you wanting to start with? And this is just one way of going about figuring this part out. Now that we're inside, what we can do is find something that we find interesting or that we like, and let's plug it in. There's quite a few Instagram posts here, and it's showing us they have videos. As you see, this video is moving. When it comes to using templates, you don't have to use them the exact way that they're using them. This is just a starting point. Now, if you want to use them the exact way they're using them, that's absolutely fine. If you like the font that they're using, you can go ahead and use that template to grab the font. But you want to start with the template. Even have Sunday service templates. Look at there. So the designers that Canva use, you have to actually apply to be a Canva designer. They don't let just anyone do it. And in the midst of applying, you have access to all of these, and you can go in and pull what you want and make your adjustments as needed. So I really like how the words have pictures in them. So let's do that one. I'm going to do customize. So you have your Canva design. There's tons of templates, again, that you're able to use and dive into. And you just click on the letter or whatever it is that you want to make an edit to. You can, these are the different pictures that are inside. I'm going to use photos and put a different picture in there. So I literally clicked on the picture that I want to use, and then I dragged it to that particular letter to make sure it goes where I want. So I'm still holding down the button, holding down the mouse, and dragged it to the one that I had highlighted. Okay. How these letters work. But if you're, see, I didn't drag it all the way. I let loose before I was ready. There we go. Now, let's say you say, well, these particular letters, as you see, they're not text letters. They're letters that come from elements. So this is a little advanced, but they found these in elements. Now, if there's a text that you want to change, let's say we want to change the really great church. You can just click inside and change the name. If you want to change service. Now, see how it's doubled over and I can't see everything? These little bars are going to help you click on it and drag it out. So it puts it side by side. Those balls itself, not the bars, but the balls are going to resize everything, whereas the bars changes the size of the window. So you don't necessarily have to be a great designer in order to use Canva. You can use what you have access to, what you're familiar with, and start there. I'm gonna grab a picture of this little boy. See, I put him where the man was, but he has this background on him. I don't want the background on here. This little crown is telling us that it's Canva Pro that I'm using, not just the free version of Canva. Canva Pro and Canva Teams are the same thing, but Teams is for multiple people. In our future episodes or our future Quick Win Wednesdays, we're going to be looking at how you can build a website using Canva. We're going to be looking at how you can use AI on Canva, because we talked a little bit about that, and even allowing it to you take your voice and move forward, right? So it'll help do some designs for you. Sometimes you'll see a design and you just like the way it looks, or you like the fonts that they use. So you may want to save the fonts and put that over in our brand kit, or just save it all together and maybe put it in a folder so you can have them and go back to them. Now, one really cool thing, so I'm not going to redesign this whole thing for us right now, but we looked at the images. We looked at, oh, we did not look at this overlay that they have on here. So let's go to positions and layers. On the left-hand side, it's showing you all the elements that are available. Sometimes this shows up on the right-hand side because Canva is doing their thing and making all the updates. But let's scroll down. What I have highlighted right now, it's not a background, it's an overlay. It's a gradient, right? So the gradient can be over the whole thing or it could just be over some of it. As you see, they have the picture of the gradient is even over the little boy. That's why at the bottom, he doesn't like really see the bottom. It kind of fades in and then it goes up to him. And then they have the picture in the background. So that's a really cool function that you have. How do you find gradients? You go to elements and type in gradients. If you want a transparent gradient, so it gives us all the different types of graphics. But let's say we want a transparent gradient. They're here and available for us. When we click on them, many times we can change the colors. Depending on which one you select, you can change the transparency so it'll show a lot or a little of the gradient. Okay. Canva is really set up to get you to a place that's going to really help move you forward and get your business going. I would absolutely recommend you use Canva and use the templates. Even if you're a great designer, I just want to be inspired and do something a little different. Before we disconnect on this one, let me also show you, we have the sharing of the documents. So on the top right-hand corner, it has share. We're going to click on share. You can add people to this design, only this one design. They're not going to have access to your entire Canva situation. They're not going to have access to all the things. They're only going to have access to this design, and you determine how much they'll have access to. Now, if I have a team, which I do, I can go ahead and share mine with the team. If you don't, you can email the person's name up here. You can send a notification. Hey, I'm about to send you something. Take a look, make some changes. Or, hey, I put together this presentation. Let me know your thoughts. Hey, change whatever needs to be changed. Hey, I did my part. It's your turn. You pick up and take care of whatever the next thing is. You can change it where they can comment, or you can change it where they can view only. I'm not going to turn on notifications because I'm not really going to they don't need to do anything. So I'm going to leave it here. We're going to go back one more time. And now there's 2 people that have access to this document. And that is a really big help and game changer. They can click on the document and make a little bubble here. Helps them make comments. They can tag you on it and say whatever it is they want to say. Whoop. So see how it turns colors. This background, if you can. I couldn't find anything. And you can send it. So I sent this to them. When they see it, they get to say, have a little pop-up when they log in, and they can say, oh, well, I couldn't find anything either. Or update made, and they can tag me on it so I can know that that thing has been done. Being able to share a document is absolutely game changers. And you add additional pages here, and this person has access to all the pages on this one document. Now, we're going to have something really great that I'm going to share with you at the end. So make sure you hang in there with me. And we're going to get, yes, this may seem basic for some people. Trust and believe, when we get to our next session, we're going to be building on it. So make sure you get this part set up because it's going to be helpful for you in the future. Okay. We have shared. We have looked at templates on the side. Another place you can find your templates is on the left-hand side. Just go to designs and you'll be able to kind of go through and see all the templates that are available. If you want to look at colors, we'll look at that on a later episode. But let's say you want to look at something that's modern. It's going to give them to you. If you say, no, not modern, let's look at something happy. Okay, I'm going to give you something. And you can scroll through these templates, use them or don't use them. Of course, you can also just start from scratch by adding the text button, adding some elements on the left-hand side. You also have an option for pictures and uploads. So if you've uploaded some things to it, you'll be able to use those as well and drag them in. So that part is absolutely up to you. I have 2 things to show you. And then we are done for this Quick Win Wednesday, because the goal is to set something up that you can get a quick win. And having clarity when it comes to your marketing and being able to understand where are all my assets and what's going on, it will save you so much time. Now, 2 things left. Make sure you also, if this is something you're interested in, if you don't have a scheduler, you can click on that share on the top right-hand corner and go down to schedule, because now you can schedule your social media from Canva. They will schedule LinkedIn. They schedule a few things. And as you can see, I have these 2 that are connected, but they schedule Slack, Pinterest, Instagram business, if you have a business page, Tumblr. So you have quite a few options on here. You write your caption. Because I have 2 pages, it's going to post it like a carousel. Let's go ahead. I can type in what happens and hit schedule. You see it says I'm preparing your design. The time and the date was on the top. We forgot to adjust. There we go. September the 11th, 4:55 p.m. I can go over to my content planner so we can see what it actually looks like when I'm trying to plan things out. It's going to pull up a lovely, this is our planner. I can make some changes to it if I want to, but it's showing me my planner. And this is something that I'm actually going to start using a little bit more of because it's easy. Like if I can design in one place and go ahead and schedule it, as opposed to think about it. You design it, you download it, then you go over to the platform or wherever else, then you upload it over there and you have all these designs on your computer. Then you say, oh, I have to go back and delete them. No, this is so much easier. Just schedule it right from the designing platform and make it a little easier for you. So that is that part. Last but not least, before we go too far, or before we wrap up, make sure you take a moment to go ahead and sign up because, like I said, we have some awesome things planned for this Quick Win Wednesdays that we're doing. And I'm going to delete this post because it's not needed. But we have some awesome things that are planned and set up for you for these Quick Win Wednesdays. And we want to make sure you're getting all the tea. We're here for you, right? We're trying to give you the support that you need and give you access to the marketing tools. They're going to make your business and your marketing so much easier. Let's go over to projects now on the top left-hand corner. Now, the cool thing about projects is you can set up folders. I have not been doing a great job with my folders. And in return, I've been getting some things lost in the sauce. So now is the time to set your folders up. And with these folders, I can put them all in one place so they can be easier to find and I can get to these things a lot faster. Saves you so much time. So right now I'm showing all, and these are just the things that are shared with me. I absolutely recommend that you go ahead and get your folders set up, and you can have them set up as you go. You can keep adding things to folders, but I switched it over to just seeing Monica Michelle. So actually, let's switch it to any owner. Let's all categories. So I don't want to just see one thing over another, and it's been modified. I need to look at them. All right. So your folders are going to help you keep things organized and keep moving things along a little faster. I have a TSU folder. Actually, let's make a practice folder. I'm going to name this folder practice. There's no need to share. Okay, there's my folder. It's named practice. I can open all my designs and put checks in the boxes for practicing. Once you put the check in the box on the bottom, there's move to folder, and I put it in the practice folder. It's moving those items now. So I'll be able to look at them if I'm under designs, but if I go to the practice folders, then those items are there. So I'm not having to scroll looking for them. So the goal and the benefit is to grab all of the things that are like and put them in a folder. It makes it a little easier for you. Brand templates, you can put those in folders. The images, you can put those in filters or folders rather. Videos, again, you can stick them in folders. So you're not looking at all these things all at the same time. They're in one place, making things a little easier for you. Now, hopefully you found this helpful. I'm excited about our Quick Win Wednesdays that we're doing and these sessions that we have going on. By all means, let me know in the comments if you had any issues with anything or if you just have some questions. Okay, let me know if you have questions. The goal is to give you some quick wins for your marketing efforts to get you supercharged and ready to go. Getting your marketing set up and getting these folders and that foundation set is going to be paramount to make things a little easier for you. The less time you spend on trying to find things and set things up, the more time it gives you to focus on the parts of your business that you actually love doing. And it just gives you that time back, right? So I look forward to seeing you on next Wednesday. Make sure you go ahead and go to canva.thesolutionism.com so that you can get the reminders and you can do all the things, because we are here for you and we want to make sure we're driving your leads. Next week, we are going to be looking at how you can use AI, all the different ways you can use AI inside of Canva, because AI and Canva is doing its thing. And no, I'm not talking about, you don't have to use any pictures of you. No, you don't have to do any of that stuff. But there's tools that are in here that can help you create sometimes the thing that you're looking for. I needed a picture of three guys around a computer and I couldn't find one, or it was taking too long. So I used the Canva AI version of it. And in return, it gave me the picture of the guys and I was able to keep pushing. It saved me so much time than scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and typing in different things, trying to get the picture tools to give me the pictures that I need. We're also going to look at web designs. We're going to look at the magic design features that they have inside there. They also have a print option. So many things. There's a recordings option. There's a resizing thing. So you design it once and you can resize it. We're looking at all those things and we're going to work through those things together. I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday for your next quick win. And make sure you sign up down below, canva.thesolutionism.com. See you next time.